In this video series, which is entitled Apologetics, I've tried to explain that the word apologetics means that there are certain specific things, the truth of which is written into our natures, that are there to be seen if we know where to look, that explain life like nothing else can, and give us certain gifts to our spirit that only faith can give. The specific things are specific, that there is a God who made us for life with him forever, call that heaven. That we're here in this world so that God in his goodness can give us more, to be someone that we had something to do with making, which we do by growing in love as best we can. And that God works with us through his plan for all things, knowing how we were going to respond to everything that he sends into our lives to make us into the seeds of the people that we will be on the last day of our life, that he will then transform and bring to the full life of heaven. When you understand life in the light of these ideas, you get wonderful gifts, effects in our spirit that have to follow if we do in fact see things this way. And one of the main ones was that we would love ourselves. That we would love ourselves for the right reason. Because I understand that God's plan for everything is also God's plan for me. And because we're talking about God who is infinite and can put infinite attention into everything that he does, that means also into me, and no less than he has put into everyone else, anyone else. And it's not necessary that I see that now. God is making me into the seed I will be, that will be transformed, and then I'll see, and everyone else will see what he was doing, and it will be wonderful, and everyone has a right to know that about their own lives. More recently, in our video series, I've tried to answer some questions about God's plan that might get in the way, in believing that there really is a plan of a good God for anything. So we've talked about why hard things happen, including those hard things that don't ultimately make individuals grow, like, for example, when a baby dies. And I certainly hope that I've been clear about that, and that especially with the idea of the family, that God, who is more than one person, as you and I are one person, that he made a family to share his life, and that we're going to share God's life as a family. Life is not about me saving me, you saving you. It's about us working together to become the family that we're going to be in heaven. And if that made sense, and therefore the idea of God's plan makes more sense, then people hopefully can believe more surely in themselves as God's plan has made them so far, and also notice through the idea of the family that it helps us to see what God is actually doing, when otherwise maybe it makes no sense. Working on me to make me into the special seed of somebody who will be transformed, and then will see God like no one else can, and from that sight receive something that no one else can get, but everyone needs, and they can only get it from me or from you. Also, the idea that God's plan is working through history to make us the family of people prepared to see God completely, each of us having a role, and each of us has a role in the plan to make us the family that we're going to be. And when we understand that, and that God has put all that he has into every part of his plan, and that means into his plan for my life too, and your life also, then people, and no less than in anyone else, then people do believe in themselves. And have you ever noticed that if you do believe that you're no less than anyone else, you have no reason to believe that you're more? This is actually a fact of our experience that shows how wise God is. He's made us in such a way that every single person to whom he gave life can be completely thrilled, without qualification, for the life that they were given. And when that happens, and we are in fact thrilled with the life that we've been given, when we feel good, then we do good. That's how our love resembles God's. If we do feel good, if we know that we are good, then we want that good to come out. When we do believe in ourselves, we see the good in us, we can afford to see it in other people. And we can love, and that means our love will grow, and maybe if we do well, their love will grow, and all of us will therefore be richer forever. When we believe in ourselves for the right reason, we don't believe in ourselves for the wrong reason, something of the world, something that can change, something that we can lose, something that is sure to change as we get older, the attention, any sort of attention from other people, which can change and doesn't always inspire the best thing from us. No, when we believe in ourselves for the right reason, we feel good, we do good, we love, we help others to love, and that is the purpose of life. All of this we get for understanding God's plan and the idea that God's plan is making us into the family that we're going to be forever. And it's this idea, the idea that we were made to be a family, that also, finally, allows us to understand how Jesus and the church fit into the picture. And that will be the topic of our next video.